Right, it's not an episode of this if we don't have to do 25 takes before we can actually get started. So we're back again, and you're probably thinking like you're tripping out, but I am wearing a mask, just to let you know in case you thought you were going south there. But so I'm here with Sean Bradshaw.
What's up?
And it turns out we actually live literally, I'd say, if you're power walking, you get to his gaff in 30 seconds from my gaff, and I'm like,
literally,
I thought you were gonna text me and be like, yeah, grand, I'm coming from bleeding Mead or something, somewhere fucking miles off.
literally on the corner, man.
But that's mental. But yeah, the masks, I'm not just wearing them to be a big Karen or anything, but they're actually Sean's masks. He set up a company over the lockdown, so if you wanna tell the lads about that.
So just kind of set up our quarantine, just keep myself busy.
Yeah,
is the main thing. My dad just kind of texted me, he's like, you have these face masks,
yeah,
and he's like, do you want to sell them? I was like, give it a go.
Yeah.
Nothing else to do. So plus I want to sell a big clothing brand in the future,
mm-hmm.
so why not try now? Now, like.
Exactly. Yeah, it's a good time as well.
Yeah, absolutely. But like, I am like giving % of the profits to Pierre the House.
Happy days.
So like at the end of each month,
yeah,
how sales go.
That's good. Yeah, no, that it's good. It's good that you're giving back as well. It's like it's like the lad last week with having all the bleeding charitable heads on. I'll have fucking Gandhi on next week, but fucking yeah. No, so about yourself, you're event manager, eh? Event manager to nightclubs, is it?
Yeah, we've done events in nightclubs since 2013.
Yeah.
I was working for someone for a while.
Mm-hmm.
To take it all the way back. Basically, I was setting up got set up pre-debs from my school.
Yeah.
For all the lads buzzing session.
Yeah.
Know what that. And we sold out and doing 3 schools with our school.
Oh, right, yeah.
Which was quite cool. Like, so basically, the whole club to ourselves. Everyone knew everyone.
Yeah.
It's just great night, like. And your man's like, come back to me when you're 18 and give you a job. I was like, great. Know what that. Sound.
Yeah.
Then it was Easter weekend. I gave him a text like say a month before that, Easter weekend, and I was like, right job here, because I was working in the Viva and Crow Park and stuff.
Yeah.
Say Friday, Saturday, Sunday,
mm-hmm.
and then when you go into a bit, I was like working the clubs Friday, Saturday as well.
Right, yeah.
But you're going back to the start, so we just started working no bother. We've done street promo twice.
Yeah.
And then it's like different levels. So you do street promo, and then you get to work in the door.
Right.
And then you work in the door for a while, and then you go into a night manager.
Right.
And then the night manager, and that's really it. Then you kind of go.
What? Sorry to cut you though. What's the working in the door? What's that like? Greeting people when they come in?
It's just like stamping people and stuff.
Yeah.
That's really it. It's just stamping people. And then make sure like everyone stays in the queue. Not skipping the queue. With that jazz. Like. Yeah. Obviously your street on people going around with stamps.
Yeah.
Trying to give you cheap entry or free entry. It depends on how busy the night is.
Right, yeah. And then where do you what happens then after in the door?
Well, imagine you have to look after everything for the night, for that given night. So basically, say for instance, I did play nightclub, which is now Tramline.
Oh, Play! I remember that. Yeah, that was mad.
Yeah,
I remember that place. Yeah.
Me and one of the lads, we were like the night managers, because you couldn't really pick between two of us.
Yeah.
And we both just loved that club. So basically, we looked after the Friday and Saturday. Right.
I only planned to play once, and it was my 18th. It was June 5th, 2016. That was the only because it was obviously it was me 18th. So I went there, and then I think we left. I think it was a quiet night. I think it was like I don't know what day it was, but it was quiet enough. And we ended up heading, but it had like the outline of it. It's like. Well, I seen what Tramline turned it into now. Mm-hmm. Like, it did have serious potential. Like, it was a club years ago as well. My mum was telling me years and years ago it used to be called something else.
Before that, it was 21s.
Was it?
Yeah, it was 21s, and then the Harp also, I think it was.
I think that's what she called it.
I think it was the Harp,
that's what she said, yeah. But, like, it definitely, like, it's the only kind of underground club, really, in around. But
well, actually, now, like, there was a Lafayette's.
Yeah,
across the way.
I remember that, yeah.
We used to do nights in that now and again as well. But yeah, there's a few like clubs at the minute. It's not the level it was at. Like
no, not at all. That's why I was gonna talk to you about that as well. It was like the fact that when you look at like Dublin nightlife from the 90s, say, and I don't know if you I was saying to you about the Blind Boy podcast. He was talking about this, and he was saying that there was a DJ, I think it was Fatboy Slim, and he was like, what can you remember about coming to Ireland, the rave scene in the 90s? And he says, I can just remember the smell of curry sauce.
Oh
And
man, the stories.
yeah, and he was saying, I always just remember the smell of curry sauce. And I was listening to this like, hold on a minute, what? Did I just have a stroke? What do you mean the smell of curry sauce?
Yeah.
And then he was like, they like, obviously they had to, like, the rule was kind of ironically very similar to the rule now. In order to stay open after a certain time, you had to serve a substantial meal.
Yeah.
So at 11:30, everyone would be out of their head on yokes listening to fucking trance. And then some cunt would roll in with a fucking
Oh, the
cart.
curry, yeah, used to be
full of
flinging curry around.
Yeah, and people used to be painting each other with curry out of their heads, and I was like, no way. Like, do you know what I mean? When I think of the rave scene, I think of them videos that everyone's sharing on Facebook and I wish I was born in this time and all. Yeah, no, you don't. Like,
That outfit, that baldy outfit.
Yeah, the fella going like
literally
that,
this, yeah.
him, the sesh gremlin or whatever his name was. But yeah, I just imagine them. I don't imagine people having a spice bag fight. Like, do you know what I mean?
No.
Like sitting in there with chicken curry. That's why my ma used to always say to me. She used to be like, oh, when I used to go out when I was younger, I used to be able to get chicken curry and all, and they used to serve it, and I was just like, alright, yeah, whatever. Like, Jimmy didn't think much of it, and then I just presumed she was going into a late bar or whatever. But then, fucking turns out that they're fucking flinging curry at each other, and then when you go from that to like the fact that like techno tried to make a bit of a comeback in the past few years in Dublin, like with the likes of the Hangar and D8 and stuff, and then they both closed. It's weird. I think Dublin nightlife, it does have a lot of potential. Do you know what I mean?
It's mad. Like, personally,
yeah,
I love Galway at the minute.
Yeah, I haven't been on a night out there. I've been there for a pint,
barely.
but I haven't been there on a night out. I've just been there for a pint. Now it's like, because I was down there with the family. Like, it was. I just had a pint during the day, like, and with food. But I've never been there. I heard it's a very good student spot. Like, I heard it's good.
Students, like Monday, Thursday.
Yeah,
smashing, like amazing. We did back in the day. I think we did a club tour with MTV.
Yeah.
And then we also did a club tour with Ultra Europe. So it's like travel to Europe.
Yeah.
Travel to Ultra.
Yeah. That's sick. Where is Ultra held?
Ultra, they have loads of locations. Yeah. But we were doing the marketing, the Irish marketing for Ultra Europe, which is in Split, Croatia.
Right, yeah.
Which is good. Like, we also went one of the years and it was Whopper. Two of the lads are DJing, like Alex.
Yeah.
He currently now works for Stampede Records.
Yeah.
Basically, Marin Garrix.
That's sick.
Yup, Alex, fair play to you.
Yeah, that's unreal.
And then Jordan Kay.
Yeah.
He used to DJ a good bit. Doesn't DJ anymore though, but yeah, he used to. They're both playing. Yeah,
that's sick. Yeah, no, that's unreal. And what's the kind of, like, is it very different in Galway to Dublin, like nightlife wise, or is it just all kind of like it? Because when I imagine Galway, now I'm obviously, this is like probably stupid to a lot of people, but when I imagine Galway nightlife, I just imagine the buzz you get in Temple Bar at a larger scale, like the kind of the paddy drinking crack buzz.
That's
you know what I mean? But
that's exactly what it is, and like you kind of. Like, where you went recently on New Year's Day. I actually went. Yeah. With a few other lads, and like just basically pub crawl. Yeah. And as you said, it's just the buzz at Temple Bar.
The crack, yeah.
And better points, and it's cheaper.
Yeah. No, that's sick. Yeah. I think. Now I've been, where have I been? I've been Kilkenny for a night out. Wasn't the best. I heard good things about it. A lot of people go for stags and hens. Do you know what I mean? But,
Kilkenny, yeah.
Yeah, but it's like, it wasn't the best. Like, I was there with me missus, so we weren't like going mad or anything. And then I've been to, haven't been many places in I've been, Belfast is great for a night
Belfast
out.
Good, yeah.
I really like Belfast for a night out. That's like, we went up, I was visiting me mates. I actually met a lad. It was weird how I met him. I was on I commented on a YouTube video about Zante, because I was going Zante last year, and I was like, just chancing it, because I was actually paranoid that I was going to be too quiet. So I was like, is anyone going these dates? Because there was like thousands of views on the video, and someone replied and he was like, yeah, I am, bro. And then I added him on Snapchat, and then he's from Belfast, like, and I met him over there. Madison is his name, and I met him over there, and then we ended up just like staying mates and all. It was just met the weirdest way, like on a YouTube comment, like, you know what I mean? And then so I went up to, I was up there anyway with my dad to go to the markets and all that, and then I just visited him while I was there. But now it's a great night. We went to some Irish bar, I forget the name of it, but it was proper good. But yeah, I think like it's crazy when you look at like the difference in nightlife compared to like from Dublin compared to like Spain, Zante, places like that. Like, it's unreal.
It's just mad. Like personally, just from like Ponzi, like I used to go Ponzi, and that's just carnage. Like, you wake up, you have your Russian off vodka. Yeah, it's like, what? Yeah, they clean the floors with. Yeah, literally. Yeah, they clean the floors with in some bars. Yeah, and then Hammy and Zante. Buzz, similar buzz though. Yeah, Zante is the methanol found in a lot of the drinks and all. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, just like 100% alcohol. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, the cleaning agent, literally. Yeah. And a lot of people got hospitalised and all. And it was the one bar. It's called Cocktails and Dreams. And everyone was like, never go Cocktails and Dreams and all. And like, we were there every night. Like, do you know what I mean? But like, because it was class. Do you know what I mean? I don't know if it's like a forbidden fruit type of thing, or like a fucking,
you want what you can't have, but for some reason everyone's told not to go there and the whole fucking strip goes there. Do you know what I mean? But it's like, because you just get, it's real cheap drink and people to be backwards, so it's like there's something wrong with the drinks. Do you know what I mean? But a full rugby team got hospitalised the day before I got there the last time. I wouldn't go back to Zante, to be honest. It's horrible. Like, it's dirty. Like, it's just, it's like, it's, there's a part of like, right, you know, if you go Santa Ponza, yeah, like, right, you've Santa Ponza, you've Magaluf, yeah,
okay,
Kips in on themselves, right, fair enough, but you can go to other parts that is gorgeous, right, and supposing you got sick, there's a good medical, because I was in the hospital in Mallorca before because I had a proper bad ear infection when I was like 10, and like they have a good hospital there, but if you go to Zante, like, I know someone I used to work with, and their mom had a stroke in Zante on Zakynthos Island, like, and she ended up like they didn't have the right medical there at all. Like, it's second world kind of thing. Do you know what I mean, in Zante? And she had to ended up being flown to Athens in order to get, and ended up leaving her like vegetated basically. But like the thing about like the difference between, I took a dark turn, but the thing about the difference between like Zante and like places like that is like there's no redeeming qualities of Zante. Do you know what I mean? Shipwreck Beach that you see pictures of, right? That's good, but like that's up the other end of the island. It's away from all the vomit and fucking used Johnnies everywhere. Yeah. But but no, it's
Ireland's a good spot though. Like Belfast, Belfast. We went to Belfast a good bit.
Yeah.
Just for the gigs.
Yeah.
I mean, it obviously the after parties, but like we went to Man Garrix and Chainsmokers. Eric Praise, probably one of the best days I've ever had.
Yeah.
Like literally, there's about 15 of us.
Yeah.
On the back.
He's good as well. Eric.
Oh man, he's sick.
Yeah. And do you meet all of these when you go to them? Like?
No. I wish.
Yeah.
I wish.
Yeah.
Obviously we have brought over DJs and like acts in the past.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, just we like going to gigs as well, because obviously we work in that environment, want to see how it's run. Yeah,
of course, yeah.
Best way to especially, I've been involved in one festival and that's it.
What one was it?
It was Travel to Ultra.
Oh
Day festival. We did it for like a college.
Yeah.
That's it really though. But other than that scale, so obviously I love just watching all the little things. Even when you go Longitude, any festival, I love watching the little ins and outs of everything.
Yeah. I know what you mean. It's sort of like as well, like, because now I haven't done it much. I've only had three gigs. Well, they're called, I say gigs, but like with comedy, like I used to have an interest in comedy. Like I just used to like being made laugh basically. Yeah. But then after I done my first gig in the Battle of the Axe in town, fucking voice crack there, but I don't voice crack any time, and then once I start recording, then I'm like a fucking broken harmonica. No, I've only been, as I've said, I've only been up there once. I was there years ago when I used to play rugby with all the Suttonian boys. I was up there, and we went to some science expo or something, but I was only up there for like actual night out once. But I know the Tree Arena and stuff up there is meant to be class. Like, it's meant to be
beside the Titanic.
Yeah.
The SSC, it's a good spot.
Yeah.
They also do like there's these lads called Shine.
Yeah.
And like they do probably the best gigs.
Yeah.
They have Custom House Square. They have the Telegraph Building, and they have Oamaru Park. Oamaru Park, yeah.
Yeah.
They have
sick.
So it's grand. Like they're smashing it.
Yeah.
Like they have all the big acts all the time. Like.
What kind do they just do? Like kind of just big acts, DJs and stuff, or is it
they
bands
and
singers?
They do like student nights as well. Like they
right.
So they do from student nights all the way up to festivals.
Yeah.
1 day festivals, like.
That's class, yeah.
And then they also like the Academy. They're kind of linked up with the Academy.
Yeah, Academy in Dublin, like. Yeah.
They're smashing it, like.
Yeah, they are. That's the thing about
them science.
Yeah. Like the thing about Academy as well is a lot of people say like. Whenever, like, that's my probably go to whenever I'm on a night out. I love going there, but it's like a lot of people will be like, it's a younger scene and whatever. But like, it's they'd be packed every time. There's never a night where you see it quiet. Like sometimes that Thursday techno night does be quiet enough. But I mean, like, that's just because a lot of people go to the Academy for the green room. Do you know what I mean? They go to the Academy for the hip hop room, and like then fucking same way. That's why Tramline are taking over now, because they're doing the hip hop nights on a Thursday. Is it? Is it Thursday?
Yeah, it's Thursday. Sicko, yeah.
Yeah, Sicko, yeah. So that's like fucking. That's class. The way like hip hop is making a big impact.
It's great to see that, wasn't it?
Yeah, it is, because it used to be just all fucking uns all the time. Do you know what I mean? And like, I don't mind techno. I don't mind EDM. I don't mind fucking everything except for, as we were saying, I just don't like drum and bass.
No.
But fucking hate that shit.
Better.
Fucking dorts. It's just a shit music. It's just so bad.
What is it like?
It just sounds
What?
like, I'd rather, remember fucking dubstepping off from years ago.
Yeah.
I'd rather that. I'd rather sit there listening to the Skrillex and listen to
Yeah.
fucking that shit. But swear to God, I was just saying before we started that I was in Amsterdam and I went to a thing called Innovation. And like fucking, there was a load of like pure northern or English cunts there. And it was like I was walking. What happened was we were walking down the we were going from. Have to take this off to tell it properly. We were walking from. Now they're very comfortable. I'm not saying they're not comfortable. Right? Make sure you buy them. Leave the link in the description. But I was walking from. I think it was from my hotel to wherever.
Mm-hmm.
We were just saying, we'd find a bar or something, and it was our second last night, and we were like, we'll just find a bar, have a few gargles. And then we just heard this like in the distance, and we were like, what is that? Like, that sounds mad. And then next thing, we're just seeing this fella on a board, and we can only describe it as them looking like they just got back from Mars, walking down the road. Like,
Let's go back from Mars.
You could have done pull-ups on their jaw, right? They were just going around like just picking nothing out of the sky and all out of it. I was like, where the fuck are you going? And like proper bombed, literally is the only way I can describe it. And they were like, fucking innovation, mate, right? And I was like, what is that? And they were like, fucking innovation. Like, I just kept saying innovation. And we were like, what is this? Is this a fake thing? So we seen this big warehouse, and we were like, what the fuck is that? How do we not notice that before? In the middle of like, it was pretty central as well, do you know what I mean? And we were like, how was it was near light supplying, like in Amsterdam.
Right.
It's over near like do you know the Bulldog with the glass on top, the curved glass, old police station, and the Burger King and all. It's near light supplying. So we were like, fuck it, we'll fucking see what it is. And we went up, and they were like, the tickets are 45 quid, like. And I was just like, oh, this is a proper one. And like, there was actually famous drum and bass heads playing at it, like. And we went in, and it was absolutely fucking carnage. Like, it was just nuts. It was just craziness. But fucking but it was a drum and bass. The whole thing was drum and bass, like. So it was kind of hard to stay there after a while, because you're like, this thing's gonna give me a hemorrhage, you know what I mean? Because it was just too heavy.
It's just too much.
Yeah, it is. I think that's the point in it. Maybe I think the point in it is to just go fucking mad to it. It's like maybe like it's some music's like that. Maybe like the extreme metal as well, like heavy metal. It's just kind of
it's not my cup of tea.
Yeah, not saying it's not like, don't get me wrong, I like some rock. Rock is great. It's a great music genre, especially the older rock is great. But it's like there's a certain level with music where it stops becoming about art and it starts becoming about a statement. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm gonna go nuts to this music. Do you know what I mean? And sort of, I think that drum and bass kind of falls into that category a little bit. But that's what I was meant to ask you as well. What I think you were telling me a bit about it. What did you, as far as how you got where you are, did you do like any courses or anything?
No. Well, like basically, as I said, organised pre-debs. We had 3 other skills. Your man was obviously buzzing. He made a few quid. I always got him like €1 free ticket and €1 per ticket commission. So he made a few quid. And then which is a lot in 6 years. It's a lot. Especially when you have 4 skills. So it's grand. But and after that, he's like, if you want a job, let us know. So then I gave him a text just when I turned 18, and then a month later I started the first day at the street promotion. It was Easter weekend in Plain Nightclub. And then you've just been are you with them still? Are you with the same company? No. So I was with them for over a year. And then a few of us kind of went off and just done our own thing. No hard feelings or anything. Just kind of just went off. It just happens, you know what I mean? It does happen. Natural progression, in any, it's not, nothing's personal with business, like, you know what I mean? So that's the thing. We just wanted to excel. And that was it. And then we took over a few nights, like we've done nights in the Palace, which obviously is a Camden now. We've done nights at Everly Garden, Hangar, or Pig Hangar. We have done the Academy, we've done Button Factory, Opium. Like we did a good few nights. Like. Button Factory's a good spot, actually. I think I was at what was I at there? I was at the Legends of the Old School there before. Fucking mad night. A lot of outfits walking around in the ones, but they were loving it. Like, you know what I mean? All the 90s head covered in curry sauce. Using curry sauce instead of fake tan. Featuring ones. Fucking hell. No, it was it's a good spot in there. Button Factory. I haven't been to the Camden. I don't think yet. It's good. It's very good, especially when you go like a few points, watch football. It's screens everywhere. Good field. Nice points. So I knew that they turned into sort of like a food bar, like I knew that, but I didn't know that was Play. Not Play, sorry, Palace. I didn't know that was Palace. I went to Palace twice as well. Wasn't crazy about it, but then again, it wasn't like mad busy each time. A lot of the clubs around were just carbon copies of each other. But that's kind of a shooting night, like. We did Thursdays, and then we had competitors did a Wednesday. I went Saturday, that's the thing. So it was an all that thing. So I was like, they tried to push it for the hours, but like that was mainly a student venue. But we did that, and then we obviously did a right venue as well.
Yeah.
One of my favourite nights actually is Venga Boys.
Yeah.
In the right venue.
Yeah.
That's one favourite I ever did.
Yeah. When was that?
October 2016.
Yeah, so a while ago. Yeah, I wouldn't have been there because I only started like I only turned 18 in 2016. Like so, I would have been going. I was in Rights obviously before I turned 18. I only got away with it once, like with a fake ID, but not a fake. It was just one of the lads, but he looks nothing like me. But Rights was always handy enough like that. Like the bouncers were always grand, but a lot of cock and bull bouncers were working in Rights as well. Actually, at the time. I think might get a little bit of clickbait here.
Yeah, go on.
Have you gotten any, or is everyone blind to it? Have you gotten any insight as to when clubs are actually planning to open back up? Like,
no. I wish. Personally, I'm planning for half capacity venues in October.
Right, yeah.
But obviously, if this does have like a second wind, it's not going to happen because it's flu season.
Right, yeah. Oh,
unfortunately.
True, yeah. Fuck,
but like,
I actually didn't even think of that. Fuck's sake.
But I'm just dying for like a proper night out. Like me and lads went to Harry's there. Yeah. Just for like a meal.
Harry's on the Green, is it?
Yeah, Harry's on the Green, yeah.
Yeah, it's a nice spot.
It's a good spot, right? And it's just like, it's not the same.
Yeah, it isn't.
It's
it
not.
Really isn't.
Unless you want to go just like watch the football, have a field, have a point or two, then it's grand.
Yeah.
But
there's no like everyone flowing the smoking area and just like the buzz of a night out. There's none of that. It's feel like you're just so restricted. Like, which in fairness, like fair enough, right? You don't want a second wave to hit, which I personally think there will be.
Yeah, regardless, because the flu season.
Yeah, because the flu season, and because like I remember I actually put up a status there about it on Facebook. I was saying like the reason why it took off here in the first place, coronavirus, is because like despite what people said, we allowed the Italians that were coming for the rugby game to come in. Yeah. And now we're at the letting fucking 20 flights from America or something in, and they're just like, make sure you self-quarantine, go on, talk to you later, and no one's being checked out. None of them are self-quarantining, do you know what I mean? Or self-isolating. So there's a lot of Americans coming from the most infected areas like Boston and stuff.
Big like Miami. I also got Miami in 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Got a notification there yesterday. Flights cancelled.
Fucking hell, yeah. Were you meant to go for work or just for...
Just with the lads.
Yeah.
Literally all the single lads are gone.
Yeah, that's fucking...
So,
Miami's meant to be a good spot as well.
Yeah, so
South Beach, where you going, mate?
Yeah.
Yeah, South Beach meant to be class, yeah. It's my dream to go to either Miami or Cancun for spring break. That's my dream. Like, just
that's it, yeah. Cancun's always the one, isn't it?
Spring, because I just want to, like, because I was born in America, so I always feel like obviously I loved the fact that I grew up in Ireland, like, because it's a fucking best country in the world, well, one of the best, and it's just like fucking... There's always been a part of me that's just like, if we stayed in America, I would have had that like high school, like, and then fucking fraternity, fucking college things, the frat parties and all. And I'm like, did I miss out? Like, do you know what I mean? Our sessions in fucking St. Anne's better than frat parties. You know what I mean? I was like, did I miss out? But
it's a mad one. We went to a few lads did J1, and then a few followed them over for a week. For 2 weeks. So we stayed in LA for 10 days. They went to Vegas for four or 5 days. But like, we went to like 4 frat gaffs. Yeah. And it was carnage. Yeah, I'd say so. Of course, obviously, everyone loves you because you're Irish. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and the Irish accent, like, it's loved worldwide. Like, it's great. Oh, no matter where you go in the world. Yeah. Like in Cambodia, I was in Bangkok. Everyone just loves the Irish. Yeah. No matter where you go, like.
They do, and they should as well because we're fucking sound. Do you know what I mean? Like, we actually are. Like, do you know what I mean? It's like, I understand why, like, a lot of people, like, a lot of countries, like, if you say, I was saying to Cameron last week about Amsterdam, was like, a lot of people, if they think you're English, they fucking, they're short with you, do you know what I mean? But that's kind of fair. Like, I don't have a problem with English people. I'm just saying, on holidays, I shit myself there, I thought I wasn't picking it up again. On holidays, they can be quite disrespectful to the early, do you know what I mean?
They can, absolutely.
Like, and so can Irish people, do you know what I mean? Like, it depends on the person, but in the round, where, like, it's even going back to, what was it, Euro 2016, and the English were having literal wars with fucking the Russians, and then all the Irish were doing was having singing parties. You know what I mean?
Like, even I went to the qualifiers against Wales. It was the playoff. Yeah. I went to the home and away, so I went to the home game, and then this next morning was on a boat, and basically the whole group of lads, we all stayed together. Yeah. Which is great, and we had a great weekend. But like, whenever someone stood out of line, the lads either brought them to the police or gave them a slap. Cop on, will you? Yeah. No, so it's just it's good to see. Like, no, it is, and we wouldn't see the English doing that though. No, you wouldn't, and it's and that's the truth as well. There is, I think, it's because it's when you go back to like the colonial mindset of the British, and it's sort of like it's the same with kind of the Americans. The Americans, like the USA, are still currently colonizers because obviously with all the oil over in the Middle East and stuff. It's like when you have that colonizing mindset.
same way a lot of people don't like the French. I think historically, countries who took over other countries don't have the best offspring of people. Do you know what I mean? It's just sort of like that. Like, and it's like if you look at Ireland, like 800 years of fucking being degraded by the English and being controlled, and it's like when you look at countries that were under rule from another country, they tend to have very nice, appreciative people from other. Now, there is a lot of these far right people in Ireland who are complaining about the foreigners and they're complaining about this, and I'm like, I'm sorry, an Indian fella has a fucking PhD in medicine and you're on the dole. You're not gonna get. He's not taking a job. Do you know what I mean? You're not gonna get a doctor's job anyway. Like, but it's like obviously there is some narrow-minded people like that. But I think in the round, it's like it was something that as well. I know I keep quoting him, but something that Blind Boy was saying as well on his podcast. It was like there's like a collective mindset and there's a singular mindset, and it's like a lot of the countries who grew wheat like hundreds of years ago, you needed to take care of you, which would be the Western societies. You need to take care of your land, and it's personally you. But then the countries that grew rice and had rice farms, they were more. It was more communal. It was more like caring for each other. So that's the reason why in like Asia and stuff, when people are wearing masks, they're wearing masks to protect other people. They don't even think of their own self. But then people here, when you say wear a mask, the first thing they result to is, but I don't care if I get it. It's like, but it's not about you. Do you know what I mean?
Exactly.
It's not about you. It's the difference between that kind of singular and collective mindset. And I think you get that a lot in like when you go away. Like it's like there's a like I always, whenever I went to Amsterdam, I always cared about like not looking like a prick. Do you know what I mean? Like if they were saying just try not be like I'd walk around. If I was smoking a joint, I'd be walking around sort of half like I was in Ireland. Like I wouldn't be like, I'd see people like blowing like smoke into people's faces and all, and I'm just like, I'm in Amsterdam, I can do it. Like there's no point. Like what's the point? Like smoke is if you're gonna smoke it, do it as if you're at home. If you see a family, stay clear with them. You don't want to be fucking blowing smoke in people's faces. You know what I mean? So yeah, so it's sort of like it's like that. I think as well that a lot of people lack is sort of like that kind of like caring for the place you're in as well. Just like
they don't care about it. Like even went to Stockholm last year for Swedish Mafia.
Yeah, sick.
Delhi 2 days. But like people on the plane, like they're already hammered to get on the plane. Don't know how they got onto the plane, to be honest.
Yeah.
And then they got stuff in the duty free.
Yeah.
And then they're drinking that. They ripped the bag off. No, it's sealed.
Yeah.
And they just ripped it open and just started smashing into it.
Fuck's sake.
Like, and like put on screaming the whole lot. And there's kids behind them.
Yeah.
Like we're sitting like directly across from them. And there was like kids behind us and kids behind them, and they're still just getting loads. Like
that's mental. And it's like it's weird when you kind of compare the two of going away and when someone's going into a nightclub. It's sort of like you get similar reactions to some people when they're going on a night out. They're like they go into the nightclub thinking like, I'm just gonna fucking wreck the place and I'm just gonna go mad. Which go a bit mad because you need. That's what nightclubs are for. They're for
have a blowout.
Yeah, exactly. Going a bit mad. But like some people, they go in and they just completely like it's. I don't know. It's weird. It's just like a disrespect thing with some people. Just so you can just tell some people weren't raised right. Do you know what I mean? Sort of like that. But fucking. I always wanted to go to Sweden. It's expensive, I hear. That was it.
Yeah, it was expensive. Yeah.
It
was good. That was well worth it. Obviously, we went on Friday. Gig was Friday, Saturday, and we was chilled out on Sunday. But we got the electric scooters.
Sick,
Lime. Yeah, it's Lime.
Yeah.
And basically you just pay get the app, pay through your card, sorted. And that's how we see in the whole Stockholm. In literally space like 2 days. It was daily.
Just flying around on them.
Literally.
I got one of them in Amsterdam actually. Yeah. And I keep talking about fucking Amsterdam. So I need to go to more places.
Good spot though.
It is, it's great. But I got them in Amsterdam. I got the little, they looked more so like electric mopeds sort of rather than like they were like you sat on them like you know what I mean? And I think the max speed was like 35 kilometers an hour like, but since it was in the winter they said that they go a bit slower weirdly. I don't know how it works, but we were flying around, and like since I think 2 months after we went there, this was the time I went the last time I went where I didn't smoke, and I think when like we were like now 2 months later they actually banned them from the bike lanes, but we were allowed to use them in the bike lanes, and it was just so handy for getting around. We were out in like the outskirts, like down like past Amstel and all, like down like proper Amsterdam South and everything, and just like out in the outskirts, like random housing estates basically, and it was just so weird, like you know what I mean, just seeing it all, because it's like I think a lot of places are what's the word? Well, I don't know if there's a word for like tourist touristised. I don't know if the word.
It's just your tourist area, isn't it? It's just your main spot. It's like our Temple Bar.
Big time, yeah.
People just think the whole Orange is like Temple Bar.
Yeah, exactly.
Cobblestones everywhere.
Yeah,
Point the Guinness.
All of us dancing and all. Like, it's fucking not. You know what I mean? We're all depressed. But we all need a gargle. But fucking no. I think there's a lot of places like that as well. I think when you go see the local areas of somewhere, it can really kind of like can make it a lot better. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Is there someone at the door? No, I don't think so. But fucking. How long are we going? We're going for I think about 40 minutes. It's not too bad.
No,
we're not getting any like it's not awkward or anything, so that's good. You know what I mean? We're not pausing. Do you have anything else that you wanted to cover?
No, we just kind of did Thailand for the nightclub stuff, like what I've done.
Yeah.
I'd say. Like anything else you want to talk about, travel or whatever. Just a lot, like.
Yeah. So where have you been actually? I've seen a few pictures on your Instagram actually that you've been fucking.
Recently I went to New York with the family.
Yeah.
Some of the family before that, me and two of the lads went to start off Bangkok. Start off in Dubai.
Yeah.
Then Bangkok, and then went to Tokyo.
Sick, yeah. What was your favourite out of the three then?
In Tokyo, and it's just so different.
Yeah.
They gave me with the Rugby World Cup as well.
Yeah.
Went over, we got tickets for one game.
Yeah.
And then the other game we watched like a Starbucks.
Yeah.
Because they sit there 7 points.
That's mad. That's fucking nuts.
So I sent me like an English couple.
Yeah.
Watching. It was actually Ireland against Japan.
Oh,
and the
right.
Beatles.
Yeah. I remember that. Yeah.
And then that night we stayed over the whole day. This is like this area. It's like a small strip. Like it's only like this width.
Yeah.
And you're struggling to get down it. And it's called Golden Guy.
Yeah.
And basically just a lot of bars, little small bars, like literally holds like 4 or 5 people.
Yeah, that's class.
Stayed there for a day. They went to One Oak. They were here One Oak.
No.
It's a big one. It's like a nightclub franchise.
Right, yeah.
Delhi. And
is that in Japan, is it?
Yeah.
All right, yeah.
But it's everywhere. There's one in LA, Dubai. There's a good few of them.
I think now that you say, I think I can see the logo in my head, but I haven't like looked into them or anything.
Yeah, I know, good club. But that night, so the owner, the manager, seen us.
Yeah.
Obviously in our Ireland jerseys.
Yeah.
Gave us a queue skip. Gave us guest list, the whole lot. And I was like, what's going on here?
That's fucking gas. That's unreal.
It's random.
It just goes back to the point that you were saying that everyone does love the Irish. Like,
yeah.
But fucking no, that's class. And then what was Dubai like actually? I've always wanted to go, but I don't know. I always feel like it's one of them places that will spend the bomb getting there, and then I'm like, is this even that good? Do you know what I mean? Besides the pictures you can put up, like. Do you know what I mean?
I love it personally.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't know, because it has beach clubs, it has its clubs, has daily restaurants, like very nice restaurants. Then there's so much to do as well.
Yeah.
So much. You can either go to a beach club, chill out. You can go to Pill, chill out. Or you can just like go. We did one day we did quad bike and went to the desert, literally, and just flying around the quad bikes.
That sounds unreal, to be fair.
And then we did camera rides. That was meh, but it was included in the package.
Yeah.
And then your man flies around the jeep up and down the sand dunes.
Yeah.
Which was a bit much when you're hungover, like.
Yeah, it's so fuck that. They'd be spewing
that was good. And then like I lived in Bangkok for five months.
Did you? Yeah.
Yeah, my dad lives over there, so.
That's sick. I'd say that was such a fucking change of culture coming down from here to Bangkok.
But like I eat meal like twice a week, so like food wise is alright. Like food wise alright. But no, culture, like everyone's so small. Like even when I was on they have a sky train instead of like we have a Lewis. Yeah. They have like a train, sky train.
What do you mean?
It's above them, like so it's built up.
What the fuck? I've never
heard of it. So it's built over them.
Yeah.
So it's built over all the cars now. So like if you go on like St. Mallard Road, but in the middle of it has a train above it.
That's fucking mad, yeah. Wait, that's mental. I've probably seen pictures of it when I've looked up Bangkok, and I'm just like, I probably haven't even noticed, but that's crazy. Like,
yeah.
But is it like, are they like fairly developed over there, or is it like?
It's getting there. It's getting very westernised now at the minute. Like the difference, like the last time I was there, so I was moved over December 17, and I came back in the following April. Yeah. And then I was there, October is gone, and the difference is like unbelievable. It's like they're just pumping a lot of money into it. Yeah. People are lovely. Yeah. And there's a fair few Irish over there as well. Like.
Yeah, that's actually good, yeah. And what were you telling me earlier? You told me briefly. What were you telling me about the lady boys? Are they all over the place, or is it like
everywhere? Everywhere.
Is it actually though? Is it actually the way people say it? Like,
they're kind of everywhere, but like someone can be very, very aggressive. Yeah. Like I was on the Coastline Road, is like the main strip. Yeah. And I was there actually funny enough for my dad and the two of his mates. And I was going to 7-Eleven, getting a ham and cheese toastie. Best thing ever. Yeah. Right? Because that's what 7-Eleven's known for in Asia. Yeah. The ham and cheese toasties.
Right. I have to remember that, so.
and I slightly like, it kind of bumped. That me it, but like the lady boy bumped into me, like kind of like shouted me. So like, boys just gargled. I didn't mean anything by it, and I turned around and I ripped. I had like a chain on me. I had like a cross on me. I ripped it off me and flung it at me. Yeah. And I was like, "What's the problem?" Like, yeah. And then it thought I was starting on. Starting on her.
It's so funny, just like the pronouns just fuck you up when you're talking about the lady boys. Stuff. But yeah. Now then is way out shop. The way outside the 7-Eleven for about a half hour. I had to stay inside because I would have like buried me. Really? Yeah, I was kind of built. Like, was he built? Yeah. Fucking hell. But like just now it's with the hands and then the feet. But like obviously if someone walk past now, like I notice it. Yeah. No bother. That's class. Cause my stepmom. Yeah. But yeah, no. Bangkok's mad. I think my dad's better than that. Yeah. No, but that's gas that you have to be taught the lingo when you go over there, like how to notice them, like fucking. Yeah. That's so. I was one of the lads was telling me actually he went to Bangkok or he went to Thailand. He was there with his board, and he was saying that like a lot of the lady boys, like the reason blokes become lady boys is because like there's just the money, there's nothing else to it's poverty.
They provide for their families. Yeah,
and I was watching there was a documentary popped up, one of them voice ones that just pop up when you're scrolling through Facebook, and it was saying that like in general blokes from Thailand are quite like feminine built. Do you know what I mean? They're quite small, as you said, they're quite small and all, so it's kind of an easy transition from most of them. But it's just mad that that's a culture, like, and there's so many. I heard there's a lot of ladyboy bars as well, isn't it? Like it's a proper part of their culture, like. Yeah,
like there is. There's the one that I actually know of because I walk past it. There's like this strip of bars and there's one ladyboy bar. Yeah, and I can't remember the name. It's a mad name. Yeah. But actually, I want to find it just because it's funny.
Yeah. I think there was one in that documentary. Was the owner was English, and he's just like, my ex-girlfriend, she's a lady boy, but we broke up. Now we just run the place together. It's just it's just mental. Like, how all the SJWs now commenting, "What's wrong with lady boys?" Relax, love.
Yeah, it's cockatoo. Yeah,
cockatoo.
Yeah.
They shouldn't have put cock in the name.
Really. So basically, so you walk up. It's like a little strip. It's a tiny little strip, like 10 bars maybe. Yeah. And your first one on your left hand side is called cockatoo. Yeah. And they try to grab out of you and on. You just see the big hands. It's like, your hands are bigger than mine. Like, away from me.
The big eagle talons just grabbing it. Yeah. Fucking hell. But and it's fucking prostitution and all is legal over there, isn't it? Like or is it not?
Personally, I don't know.
Yeah, good.
Good. Yeah, good.
No, because I'm just going by hearing the mad stories. Like, I remember there was a lad who had it on his Snapchat, and fucking, he was gargled. I think he was Scottish or something, but he was just juiced, and he was just like playing with everyone's flute and all. And he was just like, he's got a bigger cock than me, and he was just like that and all. And then I was like, what the fuck? And it's just like, I just thought that it was just, you go over to Thailand, everyone's just banging ladyboys everywhere. It's just like, it does have a bit of a bad rap. There's a lot more to Thailand than that.
There is, yeah.
I done Thai boxing for a short amount of time because it was too hard for me, but it was unreal. And like that part of Thailand, the temples and the Muay Thai and stuff like that. Did you see a Muay Thai show while they were over there?
Yeah, one. Yeah, it's just outside the shopping centre.
Really?
Yeah. Just literally it's a day tournament, and obviously it's free. Just literally watch, no bother, and there's like good cash prizes for it as well.
Yeah, they're that's the national sport. It's like our guy, like as far as I know in hurling, like. Yeah. And it's like they're like kids would be 16 and they'd have like 300 fights and all under their belt. Like it's crazy. Like there's so many fights that they do. Like, and it's so vicious as well. Do you know what I mean? But what was I gonna say? Yeah, so where else? So you've been? That's a few places you've been. You've been Stockholm, New York, Thailand, Dubai, and what was it? Tokyo.
Tokyo, yeah. I went to Cambodia when I was over in Bangkok. A few of the lads set up a hostel. Well, they kind of linked up with a hostel. Yeah. And basically they just kind of got a partnership with the hostel. Right. And I met up with them I was only supposed to stay for 3 days. And I was staying for a week.
Oh, right, yeah.
Yeah, it was wild.
Yeah, so in Cambodia?
Yeah, seeing Reap, yeah.
Yeah, was it sort of like, more so like backpacker bleeding?
Yeah, basically it's like a big hostel, but had a daily pill, they had just the music was blaring all day.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Cheap drink, like literally for a vodka Red Bull, you're looking at 150.
That's mad, yeah. Yeah.
That's how cheap it is.
And was it piss or was it grand drink, like?
It was grand.
Yeah, that's grand.
Wasn't
too bad. I heard the gargle over, the Asian gargle's meant to be lovely. Like I've had Tiger and all, obviously.
Yeah.
I mean, I just heard the gargle over there is meant to be classic. But same as, did you go to any of the what are they called, full moon parties around when you were in?
Yeah, I went one day. One of the lads that moved over to Australia.
Mm-hmm.
He was obviously doing Thailand with his girlfriend before that, so
Yeah.
we met up in Copenhagen.
Yeah.
Once again, that was wild because like literally you just get big buckets for like £6,
Yeah.
and it's like a litre.
Yeah.
And it's just whatever spirit you want, then whatever mixer, and you'd be plastered.
Yeah. That's class. Yeah.
But I was too busy though. I then personally I didn't like it.
Yeah.
I liked the night before and after.
Okay.
Just because less people, like
Yeah,
but
yeah.
that night, man, like I think there was like 30,000 people that arrived to Ireland
Jesus.
that weekend.
That's fucking insane.
Imagine just like say Palmarnic Beach,
Yeah.
slightly bit longer, but with 30,000 people on it.
Nah, that's.
And there's people like there's loads of little like bars, little like stands, and there's like people doing flaring and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's mad. Like.
Just too much mayhem.
Yeah.
Like no, I'm not into it.
Yeah, you're a bit weary, like.
Yeah, no, I get you. And is there anywhere else you're planning on going, or is there anywhere else you're planning on, any projects you're planning on with the nightclubs and stuff, expanding anything in the future? You're working with Tomangos at the moment, aren't you?
Yeah, so I do like all done right events in Tomangos. So that's like Eclipse and the Shade. They're just for different age groups.
Yeah.
And then you do the Saturday nights there.
Right. Yeah.
So hopefully that's. I haven't really seen or heard of any of the lads from there.
Yeah.
But I have a vision for it. Hopefully they match it.
Yeah. That's good.
And they do. Happy days.
Exactly. Yeah. You're saying eye to eye then. That's good. And then but anywhere else you're planning on going as well?
So it's got to Miami now in 3 weeks.
Yeah.
But obviously that's cancelled with all COVID.
Yeah.
Because America's just gone.
Yeah.
It's done.
Yeah. It's fucked them. Yeah.
They probably won't be going normal for a while now.
No, for fucking it's years it'll take them, because you just have. It's the thing is with America, it's just everything. As I said, that colonizing mindset of everything being a competition. It always has to be the liberals versus conservatives. It always has to be these versus these, blacks versus whites. Always the media just love making it. And on this week, it's him versus him, and I'm like, can you not just for 5 fucking minutes work together? Do you know what I mean? Like honestly,
exactly. Yeah.
You need that. Like
even like Trump, he's just a mad thing.
I know. Yeah, I know he is.
He should be banned from Twitter.
Especially.
I don't have Twitter.
I know. Yeah.
I know.
Some of the tweets are fucking gas, and I'm only saying that gas because I don't live there. Do you know what I mean? Like some of the things, like I think a lot of the things with America is right. I used to be a firm believer that the media were giving them a bad rap because I was looking at these. I was looking into it because I was like, surely he didn't say that. He can't be that much of a retard. Yeah. And then I looked, which he kind of is. But I looked into some of the things he was saying. And for example, one of the classic ones is saying we need to build a wall, right? He said we need to build a wall. That was going around everywhere. And he added after that, he said we need to build a wall because he goes, there's way too many people who are coming across dying on that border, and it's too unstable. And he goes, and it's dangerous for them. And then that he said that, but you wouldn't see that on any news thing. And I was like, Jesus Christ, they really do want this fella out. But then when he starts saying open schools back up and all, I'm like, nah, this chap actually is just a stupid cunt. Like, do you know what I mean? But fucking I don't know when I'm gonna go back to. I haven't been back to America since I moved from there. Like since I was 6. Like I haven't been back.
6, no way.
Yeah. So fucking. Like I have. My plan is what I want to do is, and it's sort of a little plan I was doing. I was planning on going in early next year. No, I don't know when. Doing a kind of long interrail. Sort of like not where I'm just going like 2 weeks squeezing it into 2 weeks. Like a long interrail. I'm probably doing it with my girlfriend. And I need to get myself a laptop, and I'm actually going to do the podcast still weekly while I'm doing interrailing and stuff, and sort of kind of make the channel into a bit of a vlog as well while I'm away, and then eventually it's my dream to live in Tenerife, like because I was just love it.
What a spot!
It's so good, yeah. And like I was looking at an apartment there. It was only a 1-bedroom but fully furnished, amazing apartment, air conditioning and public pool for $550 a month, and I was like, do you know what I mean? Like €550 a month, and it's like in Tenerife, and like that's way. So cheap.
That's a good spot. What's the wage like actually?
It's the wages. It's probably like low. Do you know what I mean? I haven't actually looked into the average wage. It's probably low. You'd make a lot of money on tips. I was talking to a girl in Zante, she's actually from Clontarf. She was saying to me that like she enjoys working in Zante better because it's more crack like. But she says you make 25 quid a night in Zante if you're lucky. She says like on tips before in Tenerife one night she made 150 quid like. So it's like you'd make enough to live there. Do you know what I mean? You would, I presume. But it's like that'd be my dream. So then I'd love to go after I do a bit of traveling. I'd love to kind of resign there for a few months anyway and see what's up. Because as well, it's like with the comedy and with the podcast and all that, you can take that anywhere. Do you know what I mean?
Literally. Yeah.
So that's
literally on a laptop or a computer.
Exactly. That's all you need, and a few mics and you're sorted. But what are we at now? We're probably coming close to an hour now. So we fucking think I don't know what that was. We'll wrap her up before we end up fucking saying something fucking gonna get us arrested by Pizzagate comes. But fucking
the lady boys.
Yeah, the lady boys are gonna burst in on the fucking ground, mate. Fucking burst in with their beards.
Yeah.
But nice one. Honestly, appreciate coming on.
No, thanks a million. Thanks for having me.
Give this. Have you got an Instagram page for this?
Yes, the Instagram page is We Are Cover Up.
We Are Cover Up. I'm gonna leave the links to both of those. It looks like it's blending in with the background. I'm gonna leave the links to both of those and to Sean's Instagram in the section below. By the time this is out, the accent challenge would have already been out. That I've been putting it off for so long. That'll already been out. So hopefully he's enjoyed that, and hopefully he's enjoyed this. And we'll catch us next week.
Yeah, cheers. Thanks, buddy.
Yeah, sound. Look after yourselves.